Jehovah's Witnesses convention season is in full swing. I, for one, am actually enjoying my summer, so I'm not going to punish myself by diving too deep into their JW propaganda rabbit hole. But there is one video that I want to talk about that the organization is currently plastering on jumbotrons across the globe to millions of captive Jehovah's Witnesses at their current summer 2025 convention. That is extremely disturbing. So the video that I'm about to show you is part of a larger dramatization. Last month, I actually commented on a different segment of this dramatization. And you've probably seen this video. Two friends that have a falling out, basically, because one of them becomes apostate. And apostate in the Jehovah's Witnesses means you don't believe that the Jehovah's Witnesses have the truth. So one friend, he starts to display subversive thoughts and tendencies, and therefore his friend cuts him off because now he's a dangerous influence. He's acting like an apostate. So I did a whole video on that. I mean, that's just ignorant and harmful enough for all its own reasons that you can go back and watch the video. But there is another segment that is so insane, you have to see it to believe it. The video depicts a Jehovah's Witness wife and mother suffering from cancer and is shamed for trying to find comfort in social media support groups where she can connect with other Jehovah's Witnesses who are also grappling with terminal illness and are sharing their treatment journeys. Let's watch.
You like that story. I have so many more about your dad to tell you. I have so many more. I can tell you right.
That one tonight. But speaking of back in the day, look what I found.
Oh. Whoa, that was you and Chris.
Yeah.
What's that? Oh, Pioneer School. Oh.
That feels like a million years ago.
Well, hey, listen. Thanks for bringing dinner over.
Of course.
Happy to do it.
But I gotta go get some rest. Y'all keep catching up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get some good rest, Shay Shay.
Yeah, rest up.
So you guys, seeing Nikki's post?
Okay, so again, for broader context, this video or this dramatization is supposed to be depicting or demonstrating the slow deterioration of a Jehovah's Witness friendship. The friends who are hosting the dinner are active, faithful Jehovah's Witnesses, and the couple that's visiting, they're also Jehovah's Witnesses, but they're starting to display subversive thoughts and tendencies. And then eventually, as you watch the whole thing, you see that it finally comes out that they don't believe the organization is the truth, yada yada, and then their friends cut them off. So anyways, the two couples are having dinner, they're catching up, and then Shayla, she excuses herself to go rest after dinner. Let's see what happens next.
Come in.
Hey, Shayla.
Hey.
How are you feeling?
Not good. It's been a rough week.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, if it's any consolation, you look gorgeous.
Oh, girl, I don't know about that.
You do. You really do. Let's take a selfie. I'll show you. Then you will know how gorgeous you look.
A picture?
Yes. Come on, get up.
I'm a mess.
No, you look great. Wait, let's make sure we look good. This would actually be a perfect post for this group that I follow. You should join. It's for witnesses, and we share stories about our personal health journeys and spiritual thoughts. It is very inspiring. If people could hear your truth, you would be an encouragement to so many people.
I don't think anybody wants to hear from me.
Shayla, you really need to think more of yourself. When was the last time you really felt heard? Cancer has taken so much from you. Don't you want to feel better?
All right, two things about this scene that really pissed me off. Shayla is reading a damn watchtower. I know that somebody out there watching this who's maybe neutral about the Jehovah's Witnesses, doesn't know anything about them, might be like, well, so what? She's reading in bed. She's relaxing in bed and reading something. What's the big deal? You know, that's her faith, and she's just reading some literature in bed. Like, I don't get it. From the moment you are conceived until the day you die, Jehovah's Witnesses are required to ingest the organization's literature on a daily basis. She's not reading The Secret, all right? She's not reading Eat, Pray, Love. She's reading skewed Watchtower propaganda pamphlets because that's been her religious routine for God only knows how long she's been in the organization. It's her default. No matter what your circumstances are, I don't care what your circumstances are, you better be keeping up your, what's that class? Your spiritual routine. No days off. We are at the forefront of your life. We are at the center of your life at all times. All right, 2. I get that her girlfriend was like trying to lift her up and make her feel better about herself. It was probably not the best time to be taking a selfie. I mean, girlfriend was cooking with that red lip, but I digress. But so the plot of this storyline is that there's like a Facebook support group for other Jehovah's Witnesses that are coping with terminal illness. And her girlfriend's trying to say like, hey, there's other people, there's other brothers and sisters around the world that are struggling like you. And it might be really encouraging for you to see how they're coping and how they're dealing with that. You know, you're not alone. Her friend is trying to be a good, loving, attentive friend to her. Like, hey, you know, it's Jehovah's Witnesses, so it's not like it's worldly people in this chat group. It's other Jehovah's Witnesses. You might find support and solace through this group. But the Watchtower writers purposely use really sneaky language to undermine any shred of goodwill or altruism in this scene. And I know any former Jehovah's Witnesses who are watching this know exactly what I'm talking about. You're going to be able to spot these phrases. You're going to be able to spot these buzzwords, these key phrases like it's a Where's Waldo. Oh, yeah, there he is. Specifically, what I mean is when her girlfriend says to her, if people could hear your truth, you would be an inspiration to so many people. Yeah, that's the organization's way of telling Jehovah's Witnesses that there is only one truth. Our truth that we indoctrinate you into, and don't you forget it. We don't give a damn what your lived experience is, what you're privately suffering from, or what you know to be true. I could even understand if, like, her friend, the girlfriend, is talking to Shayla, and Shayla's like, I believe I'm a lioness, and that's why I crawl on all fours and growl. And then her girlfriend's like, well, if you believe that you're a lioness, then it must be true. Her girlfriend is not bending objective reality for her. It just is her truth that she has cancer. It's true that she is suffering. She's trying to support her, saying like, this is really happening to you. You are a cancer patient. This is truth. And you know, who knows? It might be encouraging for you to connect with other Jehovah's Witnesses through this app. You know, you might inspire somebody who's also going through a really difficult time. But Watchtower just has to be like, oh, no, that's dangerous thinking. And don't let your shady friend over here try to build you up with her independent reasoning. It's stupid. And then the second phrase that they just had to sneak in, that's basically supposed to signal dangerous independent thinking or reasoning, is when the girlfriend says, Shayla, you really should think more of yourself. Why is that sneaky? Because the organization tells Jehovah's Witnesses all the time not to think more of yourself. It's literally the inverse of what witnesses are told all the time. So that when they hear that, they're going to be like, oh, no, we shouldn't think more of ourselves. It's just like a trigger word. No, she's walking down a dangerous path. We heard it. It's like they're not even good writers. Or, you know, you could argue that they're great writers because they know exactly what to say to trigger the audience to make them feel guilty. Damn straight Shayla should be thinking more of herself. But I would bet my life on it that Shayla is a long hauler who is too emotionally fatigued and beat down to even entertain the idea of being her own person. She's had to raise a child, support her husband no matter what, even if he turns out to be a dummy. So besides her maternal and wifely duties, she's also been part of an organization that drills it into their parishioners' brains that their only identity is that of being a Jehovah's Witness. It's like if you were gay. You're proud of being gay, but you don't need being gay to be your entire identity. It's like, yeah, I'm gay, and I'm also a doctor. Yeah, I'm gay, but I also write mystery novels. I volunteer at the local food bank. Like, I'm more than my sexuality. It's not the only thing about me. Being a Jehovah's Witness is everything. You're nothing else. I'm one of Jehovah's Witnesses. That's it. Jehovah's Witnesses are not allowed to nurture any other personality traits, talents, any personal achievements, anything that would put the attention on them and not the organization. They don't have any other reason to be proud of themselves. Their whole identity is wrapped up in their religion. And so the logic is, if you ever leave the organization, you're not going to have that identity as a Jehovah's Witness, and your life is going to fall apart, and you're going to wind up in the gutter. Why the hell would Shayla have reason to think more of herself, coming from an organization like this? Okay, so let's see how this dumpster fire narrative ends, shall we?
Hey girl, here's the selfie of us and a link to that social media page. I think your story can go witness viral.
Hey everyone, I just wanted to share my daily scriptural tip with you guys. Thank you so much for following all of my videos.
Hey everyone around the world, I want to thank you so much for all of your prayers, and especially...
Hi everyone that may be watching. I just really wanted to share with you all my truth about this whole experience.
Updating friends and family is one thing, but this feels wrong.
If you are a son of God, throw yourself down.
Satan tried to get Jesus to draw undue attention to himself.
You must not put Jehovah your God to the test.
No matter what I'm going through, I need to focus on what Jehovah promises and not bring unnecessary attention to myself.
What in the actual fuck is wrong with you? Let her talk to other Jehovah's Witnesses who are suffering. It's not like this is Catholics with cancer support group. And why would that even matter? It's not like it's atheists with asthma, Jehovah's Witnesses in a support group. But instead, this is how Jehovah's Witnesses work. All right, I know I have a lot of new people who've joined the channel. In case you don't know, there are 0 community outreach programs in the Jehovah's Witnesses organization. There's churches that have, like, you know, the Sisterhood Baking Club, teen fellowship, soccer for Jesus. Jehovah's Witnesses don't have anything like that, okay? When you go to the Kingdom Hall, they don't call it church. They call it going to meetings at the Kingdom Hall, their place of worship. When they go to the Kingdom Hall, they all sit in a room together. 3 years old, 300 years old, doesn't matter. They all sit together. You're all in the same auditorium, snoring through repeated brainwashing sessions, week in and week out. But none of the programming is tailored to meet the needs of their demographic, the differences in their demographic. Like, kids need special programming. Teenagers need to have their own programs. Coping with terminal illness, senior care, something to that effect. Jehovah's Witnesses don't have anything like that. Jehovah's Witnesses don't have any structured community outreach programs. It's just left up to people in the congregation to sort of look out for each other. They pride themselves on, you know, we're just one big, happy, united, spiritual family. When in reality, you're on your own, unless someone steps up. My mother used to do this all the time. And we didn't have much. At one point, it was crazy. There was a single father, a widower, in our congregation who had triplets, and the mother died right after childbirth. No daycare. All of us just sort of in the congregate, all of us, meaning like a handful of 3 or 4 sisters, including me. You know, okay, are you going to take this baby today? You going to take this baby today? Okay, and we all just sort of tag teamed and helped the dad out. He had 0 help except for 3 or 4 of us who were just babysitting and taking care of these kids to make sure that they were loved and cared for. The leadership is sitting in their ivory tower, well taken care of, well fed in, you know, upstate New York at their castle in Warwick. And, you know, everyday Jehovah's Witness families are just shit out of luck. You are on your own unless someone steps up and helps you out of their own pocket. So the fact that the organization feels the need to beat their parishioners down even further, that if you're suffering from a chronic, terminal, lonely disease, you shouldn't make it about you. This is such a bizarre stretch to make. It is made even more disgusting and hypocritical when you know who the governing body is. The centralized leadership of the Jehovah's Witnesses, based in upstate New York, have their own broadcasting channel where they have put themselves front and center to be adored by Jehovah's Witnesses worldwide. Jehovah's Witnesses are subjected to a round-the-clock, steady stream of their arrogance and ignorance. But the average rank-and-file witness who wants to express their personal journey and find friendship and connection outside the official Watchtower pipeline is warned not to think too much of themselves. Jehovah's Witnesses are guilty of heinous crimes against humanity through their mountain of CSA cases, literal murder of thousands of their parishioners who weren't allowed to have blood transfusions, and being forced to shun their own family. But I gotta say, just when I thought I'd seen it all, this was a new low. I had to say something about this. This was an absolutely disgusting video. And this is going to be shown to Jehovah's Witnesses who are in Shayla's position, and they're going to feel guilty, and the organization is going to twist it and find a way to make them feel bad about themselves at a time when they need the most support and inspiration and positivity. I mean, if you were in Shayla's position, would you walk away from that feeling built up? Would you walk away from that feeling good about yourself? I gotta bring my blood pressure down. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching and for your continued support. Have a great week, and I'll see you soon.